Today, I'm going to be trading Joe Burrow to the Minnesota Vikings to see if he can win them a Super Bowl. Obviously, the Bengals did have a pretty off season this season just because Joe Shiesty was injured. But I mean, when he is healthy, that guy is terrifying to go up against. So I guess we'll see if he can do the same type of thing for the Vikings this season. I mean, as you can see, Joe Shiesty is on the Minnesota Vikings. And I mean, looking at it right now, obviously Joe Burrow is going to take this offense to the next level. I mean, I feel like Jefferson and Burrow are going to be an insane duo. So, I mean, in year number one, I am expecting the Vikings to make the playoffs. And it looks like the Vikings did have a pretty solid season to start things off, going 12-5. Lions won the division, though, so we play the Bucks in the wild card round. But, I mean, it looks like Burrow did have an MVP caliber season on his new team. I mean, he had 4,600 yards for 33 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. But it looks like we're going to get the dub against the Buccaneers. So now we play the Eagles in the divisional round. I think it goes without saying, though, I mean, this is going to be a pretty difficult game to win. If we want to get the job done in this game, we're going to have to go pretty much the whole game without making any mistakes. That's a pretty solid pickup from Madison. I feel like if the Vikings can get the run game to work today, though, we honestly might be pretty unstoppable. I mean, I feel like the passing game's already going to be insane. We have Joe Burrow now, and then we also have Justin Jefferson. We got Hawkinson. We got Addison to work with. So, I mean, we kind of have weapons everywhere we look. That was dangerous, but it's going to work out. I also forgot about Osborne, man. I mean, he's not the best wide receiver in the league, but he's definitely kind of underrated. I mean, he is definitely going to be a help for this team. I'm going to try and go for Jefferson after that, though. I mean, as long as Slay isn't on our ass, I feel like this should work out for some decent yardage. I mean, Jefferson's wide open, so that's another first down. I mean, so far, it seems like the Eagles really haven't had an answer for our air attack right now, and I'm hoping we can keep it that way. I'm going to try and go for Addison, though. I mean, he's wide open, so it looks like that's going to work out for a touchdown. So, I mean, just like that, the Vikings are going to take the lead first. I don't think that's going to last, but we are looking pretty solid right now. We're coming back out here in the fourth quarter, though. I mean, things are not looking great for us right now. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't say we need a miracle to win this game just yet, but from here on out, I don't think we can really afford to make any more mistakes. I think it goes without saying that the Eagles have been absolutely insane today. I mean, the defense has been on point. They have allowed 20 points, which isn't like small numbers, but that's still not a lot. But I mean, Jalen Hurts has put up 35 points. That offense has been on fire so far. Again, if we score here, we're only going to be down by a score, but our defense is going to need to start playing better. Eagles did force a fourth down after that, though. So, I mean, now it's 4th and 3. I'm going to try and go for Justin Jefferson here. I mean, if this doesn't work out, the game's pretty much over. But it looks like he's going to save our ass. And that almost went. We brought it all the way to the 9. I don't even care that we didn't score there, man. I'm just happy we're not done for yet. I mean, we do have a pretty solid chance to score now. We got like 4 opportunities to try and punch this in, because obviously this is going to be 4th down territory, and Burrow fumbled the ball. That's going to put the game away. I actually can't believe he lost that. I mean, that is a very tough way to end things off, because we did score after that as well to make it a 1-score game. So if Burrow didn't fumble the ball there, we would be going to overtime, but since he did, that's going to send the Vikings home. But anyways, to end off the first season, it looks like Lamar Jackson ended up winning MVP. I mean, Burrow did come 2nd place in the votings, and it looks like the Cowboys are going to go on to beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl. I don't know how our former team made it farther than us, but that's the point that we're at right now. But anyways, that's going to bring us to year number 2. The team is pretty much exactly the same this season, but for the defense, we did pick up a Lucan. I mean, I feel like he should be a solid help for the defense. I mean, again, I'm expecting this team to make the playoffs, and it looks like the Vikings had another pretty solid season, going 13-4. Once again, the Lions won the division, though, so we play the 49ers in the wild card round. But once again, it looks like Joe Shiesty had another MVP caliber season with 300 yards for 32 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. But it looks like we're going to get the dub against the 49ers. So now we play the Lions in the divisional round. This should be another pretty solid game, though. I mean, I'm hoping we can actually get the dub this time, because obviously last season we lost the divisional round game today. Oh my God, Madison is gone. I didn't think we were going to have this much open field, but that's going to bring it all the way to the 40 after 1 play. I mean, that is one hell of a way to start off the game. I'm I'm gonna go for another run after that too. I mean, it looks like the run game is working pretty nicely right now. Not as big as a run as last time, but that's still another solid pickup. I mean, we haven't beat the Lions all year. They did beat us twice in the regular season, but if we can beat them in the playoffs, that's really all that matters. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be another one. I mean, if we keep playing like this, it looks like the Vikings honestly might get the last laugh. I know that's only one drive, but we looked pretty explosive there. We're coming back out here in the second quarter, though. I mean, as you can see, the Lions have taken the lead over us, so I'm hoping we can storm down the field and tie things up. I mean, we did have a very explosive first drive to this game, so I'm looking for something like that to happen again. I mean, we're already off to another pretty solid start. Jefferson was wide open there, so that brings it all the way to the 42. I'm gonna go for another run, though, because I mean, it seems like Madison is on an absolute mission right now. I'm gonna try and go for a play of Jefferson here, though. I mean, I wouldn't say we have to rush just yet, because we do have all of our timeouts, but we do also... Oh, that's dangerous. It's gonna work out, though. That's another first from Jefferson. As I was gonna say, though, I mean, we have hit the 2-minute warning already, so we gotta make sure we preserve time on the clock. Actually, at this point, that was dangerous. Somehow Jefferson brought it in again, though. I mean, yes, I know that was a very questionable decision to throw it there, but Jefferson's been pulling in everything that I've been throwing in his direction. I mean, if he has a chance to get his hands on it, so far he's got his hands on it every time. And then as you can see here, obviously Madison's in for the touchdown. So that is going to tie things up heading into halftime. I mean, I'm hoping our defense can do a bit better than they have been lately. Coming back out here in the fourth quarter, though, I mean, as you can see, once again, we're down by 2 scores. So I mean, it's kind of the same situation as last season against the Eagles. At this point, we can't really afford to make any more mistakes. I'm not gonna lie, I really wasn't expecting that play to actually work out for us, but that is gonna bring it all the way to the 30-yard line, which is huge right now, considering we only have 3 minutes on the clock. That's another first down from Jefferson. Jefferson and Burrow have actually been such a crazy duo. I mean, the only problem with this team, I mean, I guess our offense hasn't done great today, but it's been mostly defense. I got to keep this on the ground. That's almost another first. At this point, though, I mean, I honestly feel like we're fine to just leave the defense where it's at. I mean, the offense where it's at. But on the defensive side, I feel like we should probably start making some more upgrades in the offseason. Hopefully, we can come back to win this game, though, because, I mean, that touchdown right there is going to put us right back in this thing. But unfortunately for us, after that, it looks like the Lions stormed down the field and scored. So, I mean, it's really looking like the defense is kind of a problem at this point, because we're going home once again. But anyways, to end off year number 2, it looks like Dak Prescott ended up winning MVP this season, and it looks like Lamar is finally going to get himself a ring with the win against the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Anyways, that's going to bring us to year number 3. As you can see, we had a pretty good offseason. I mean, the defense is looking a whole lot better now. So, I mean, after all of this, I'd say we should finally be Super Bowl contenders now that we have a solid defense. And it looks like the Vikings went off once again, going 14-3. This time they're gonna win the division and get the #1 seed. And once again, it looks like our boy Joe Shiesty had another MVP caliber season with 4,600 yards for a career high 37 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. But it looks like we got to play the Rams in the divisional round, and it looks like we are gonna get the best of LA. So now we play the Cowboys for a trip to the Super Bowl, and it looks like we are gonna be starting with the ball here as well. So I mean, hopefully we can get a score on our first drive here, because I feel like the Cowboys are going to be a very tough team to beat today. I mean, their offense is absolutely insane. Their defense is absolutely insane. On the bright side, though, I mean, as you guys saw, oh, Micah Parsons is going to get to us. So that's going to be a huge loss. I mean, we've kind of made a hold for ourselves at this point, but it looks like we are going to find Justin Jefferson, who's somehow going to escape for the first. I actually can't believe that play actually worked out. I was just trying to set us up for like an easy 3rd down conversion, but instead we ended up getting a first down, and it looks like Madison's gonna be gone again. This honestly might go, but we're gonna get caught by Trayvon Diggs. I mean, either way, we're kind of rolling right now. I mean, the run game still hasn't been stopped by anyone we've played so far. I mean, I didn't think our run game was going to be this good, but so far it's been absolutely ridiculous. That's almost another first. So 6 yards to go and we're in for the touchdown. I'm just going to try and go back to Justin Jefferson on this play, and hopefully it works out just like it did last time. He's going to be wide open. So, I mean, that's going to be it. That one right there is going to put Jefferson in the end zone, which is going to give the Vikings the lead first. I have a feeling this game is going to be coming right down to the last play, though. I mean, after that, no surprise, the Cowboys did tie things up. So I'm thinking we're probably going to have to score every chance we get if we want to actually win this game. The Cowboys forced a third down after that as well. So, I mean, it's looking like we're probably going to need this play to work if we want to keep this drive alive. Addison's going to be wide open, though. So, I mean, that is going to help us out a whole lot. Just like that, we're going to be back in Cowboys territory. I knew our pass game was going to be good once we added Joe Burrow to this team, but I honestly didn't expect it to be this crazy. I mean, we're getting big play after big play after big play. That's another first down from Jefferson. I'm going to try and go back to this play of Addison, though. I mean, last time I ran it, he was wide open. So I'm hoping it's the same story here. I mean, that's looking pretty good. That's going to be close, but he is going to get by Bland. So that's another touchdown. That wasn't even Bland we got past, but anyways, doesn't matter. That's another touchdown, which is going to give the lead back to the Vikings. Coming back out here in the fourth quarter, though, I mean, as you can see, we have a very, very tight game against the Cowboys right now. We are down by 3 points, so all we need to do to make sure we send it to overtime is kick a field goal. But I mean, obviously at this point, we're going to be going for the win here. So I'm probably going to try my best to kill as much time off of the clock as I can, just to make sure the Cowboys don't have another chance. I mean, if Madison can keep playing how he has been, I mean, he has kind of slowed down in the second half, but if he can play like he was in the first half, we should be good. He was on an absolute tear, but that is going to bring up a third down. So, I mean, the game, I wouldn't say the game's on the line just yet, but if this doesn't work out, we are going to have to kick a field goal. And it looks like Micah Parsons is going to be the problem. This is a very long field goal too. So if we miss, this game is basically over. I just got to make sure we can hopefully force overtime. That's going to be really close, but it is going to be good. So that ties things up. We need our defense to clutch up though if we want to stay alive. I mean, it looks like they actually did one better for us. They got to stop. So we have 57 seconds to try and put things away. And this time, all we need to do is get a field goal, and that's going to send us to the Super Bowl. I mean, that play right there does put us in field goal range. I feel like we should make it a bit easier for us, though, so I'm going to try and go back to Jefferson here. That's going to work out. We are going to step out of bounds, though. I mean, we brought the clock all the way down to 3 seconds, so if this works out, that is going to send us to the Super Bowl. So hopefully we don't brick this. Come on, this is the most important kick of the Vikings history, probably, so far, and it looks like that's going to be good. So that's going to send the Minnesota Vikings to the Super Bowl. I mean, I knew that was going to be an absolute war, and that game was an absolute war, but it looks like we are finally going to get the job done. So, Joe Shiesty and the Vikings are headed to the Super Bowl now. But to end off year number 3, once again, it looks like Dak Prescott's going to be winning MVP, and it looks like we got to take on the Jaguars in the Super Bowl. We need to make sure we have a good game here, though. I wouldn't say the Jags are going to be an easy matchup whatsoever, so we got to make sure that we make the best out of every opportunity we get, because this honestly might be our only chance to win a ring. I'm going to try and go for Jefferson off of this play, though. I mean, if he's locked up, I can probably, actually, that should work out. Hawkinson's going to be wide open. That is a lot more yardage than I was expecting. I mean, so far, things are looking pretty good for us. I'm just trying my best not to do anything too risky here. That's going to put us in danger of throwing an interception. That's another first down from Jefferson. That guy has honestly been our MVP for the playoffs. I mean, him and Burrow have had such a solid connection so far. They have actually been insane today. Same with Madison. I mean, I wasn't expecting this guy to be this good, but he's been going on a tear. I mean, he was all right in the regular season, but he's like the Jimmy Butler of football right now. I mean, every time the playoffs hit, the guy just pretty much turns into a cyborg. That was risky, but we are going to find Addison. So that's going to put the Vikings in the lead. Even though we're up right now, though, I mean, obviously, we still have a lot of work to do if we want to win this game. We're coming back out here in the third quarter, though. I mean, we're kind of getting demolished right now, which I wasn't expecting. I mean, I thought this was going to be a really close game. We're getting smoked. I mean, so far, the Jags have just been absolutely unstoppable, man. I mean, if we can score here, I would say that should put us right back in this thing, but we are going to need to do everything right from here on out. I mean, obviously, we definitely have the weapons to spark a comeback here, so hopefully that can happen, because, I mean, as I said, this honestly might be our only chance that we get to win a ring with the Vikings. I'm going to switch it up a bit here, though. I mean, Addison hasn't seen a whole lot of action in this game yet, so I'm going to try and get him open here and see if this can work out. That's looking good. That's going to be a pretty big pick. He lost the ball, bro. What are we doing right now? It seems like everything that could possibly go wrong right now is going wrong in the Super Bowl of all games. I mean, we're back out here with 2 minutes and 39 seconds left in the game. Obviously, things are looking pretty out of reach right now. Jefferson, please bring that in. We really need that. At this point, though, I mean, for us to win this game, we are going to need to pull off the biggest miracle in NFL history, because obviously with 2 minutes left, we're down by like 3 scores right now. That's gonna make it a bit better, but I mean, we're still getting absolutely cooked right now. So I mean, at least that does put us to 21 points, but again, I don't think we really have a chance at this point. I mean, no surprise after that. It looks like the Jags closed things out. I really wasn't expecting this team to be this good, but I mean, clearly Jacksonville proved that they were the better team in this one. So Trevor Lawrence is gonna be getting himself a ring. I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm just hoping we can get another shot, but this honestly might have been our only chance. But as you can see, to end off year number 3, Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be hoisting a well-deserved Lombardi trophy. But anyways, that's going to bring us to year number 4, which is going to be the final season of this video. We did re-sign everyone that we needed to get back, but we didn't have money for any new players. So I mean, the team is exactly the same, which isn't a bad thing because we did make the Super Bowl last year. So I'm hoping we can have one more chance to get Joe Burrow and the Vikings a ring. I mean, it looks like the Vikings did have another pretty solid season, going 13-4 to win the division and get the #1 seed. And I mean, our boy Joe Shiesty had another crazy year with 4,500 yards for 36 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. It looks like we're going to be playing the Giants in the divisional round, and it looks like we're barely going to get the win against New York. So now we play the Eagles for a trip to the Super Bowl. I mean, it was clearly a pretty big challenge for us last time we had to play the Eagles, but I mean, on the bright side for us, we do have home team advantage this time, so hopefully that makes a bit of a difference. Obviously though, I mean, we're definitely gonna have to earn our trip to the Super Bowl if we want to make it that far, because Philly is never an easy team to play. Everyone looks to be locked up as well. That might work out though. That's gonna be a first down from Jordan Addison. I wasn't really expecting that play to work out, but I'll take it. So that's another first. I'm gonna try and go to other direction with Jefferson this time, who looks to be wide open as well. So that's another one. Minnesota did force a third down after that though. So I mean, I'm hoping that we can keep the drive alive here. That's gonna be close, but Addison dropped it. I mean, I'm just gonna kick the field goal so we can hopefully put 3 points on the board. This is gonna be tough to make though. I mean, this is a 61-yard attempt, and I'm pretty sure we might have butchered that. Oh, it's no good. Okay, that's probably gonna come back to haunt us. We're coming back out here in the second quarter though. I mean, we are down 13-7 right now, but since we're only down by 6, if we get a touchdown here, that is gonna give us a 1-point lead heading into halftime. Jefferson's gonna pull that in. I'm gonna try and go for a shot here. I mean, this did work out for us against the Jags, I think it was. It didn't matter because we were down by so much. Oh, he's kind of locked up this time though, and we're going down. I was just hoping somebody would get open there, but that never happened, so that play failed miserably. But I mean, that kind of makes up for it. That's gonna be another huge play from Addison. So just like that, we are on Philly's side of the field. I'm gonna try and go to other direction this time though, and see if we can find Jefferson. That's looking good. We almost jumped over him for the touchdown. Since it didn't work out though, I mean, we are still 1 yard short. I feel like Madison should be able to punch this in though, especially the way he's been playing. We almost got stopped there, but I mean, he did storm by, so that's gonna put us out in front. We're only gonna be up by 1 point though, so I mean, this is a very close game right now. But unfortunately for us, after that, we ended up blowing the game. I mean, it was a close one. It did go to overtime, but Philly is gonna get the job done with a game-winning field goal, so that's gonna put an end to this one. I mean, I thought we would have at least won one Super Bowl with Joe Burrow, but apparently the Vikings just aren't meant to get a ring. But to end things off, it looks like Jalen Hurts ended up winning MVP, and it looks like the Chiefs are gonna take down the Eagles in a Super Bowl rematch. rematch. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It'd really help out the channel. And if you have any video ideas, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below. I'll try to get to as many of them as I can. And while you're down there, comment the most random thing you can think of so we can confuse everybody in the comment section. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.